Throughout the years of Yu-Gi-Oh, there has always been an established meta. And that meta goes on to influence what people typically play at the larger events. But what if you took a list of every deck from the September 2011 meta, randomized them, and put them into their own single elimination bracket tournament, allowing for exactly one of every different type of deck to be represented? In this series, Joe and I will be playing out a full single elimination bracket tournament. Each week, Joe and I will be playing a different deck, and whatever deck wins will move on, and whatever deck loses will be eliminated. The goal of this series is to see if the traditional meta will reign supreme, or if a new champion will be crowned. Be prepared for jank winning, meta losing, and for the format as we know it to be turned upside down. Welcome to the Tournament of Tournaments.
Alright, today I'm trying out Piper Chaos. This was a deck that saw some middling play after the release of Mystic Piper. Piper combined with Kinkabyo allows you to essentially draw an extra card every turn. You do have to forego your normal summon because you have to utilize Kinkabyo every turn, which is a spirit monster, bounces back to your hand, but you theoretically can combine that with cards like Battle Fate or Tragodian Gores to mitigate the fact that you're kind of giving up your normal summon for the sake of drawing. If you do happen to hit a level 1 off of Mystic Piper, which this deck has with Veiler, DD Crow, Treeborn Frog, Glow Up Bulb, additional copies of Piper, and then Battle Fader, you do get an additional draw. So this deck does try to get a bunch of card advantage, and then theoretically just rinse and repeat every turn with Kinkabyo, and then try to generate some additional card advantage as the game progresses with Chaos monsters like Blackluster Soldier and Chaos Sorcerer. That's an interesting deck. This deck actually saw success at YCS Long Beach, which would happen the year after, not exactly during Tengu Plan format, but it was a deck that during this general time period had some success. Tour Guide's a pretty great card in this deck because you can actually Tour Guide and Leviair out Mystic Piper. It's a light monster, so if you banish it for a Chaos, you can actually return it. So there's a pretty cool interaction there where a Tour Guide could end on a Leviair plus a draw, even 2 draws with Mystic Piper. Those are the type of interactions that you really want, because if you're just doing Kinkabyo every turn, although you're getting a lot of cards, it can kind of feel like you're just not doing anything, just drawing cards for the sake of drawing cards. So actually being able to do something that's more explosive like Summon Tour Guide is definitely what this deck is trying to do. But we'll see how it goes.
All right, today we're playing honestly, this is one of my favorite decks to like kind of play casually, or like, I mean, honestly, I would play this deck in the tournament, no cap. I actually think this deck is really, really good. I guess situationally good. I think it's pretty good. Okay, like, so this is Spellcasters, and I actually took this, like, based this list off of a list I saw in Edison, which basically just kind of abused Breaker and Pitch Black Power Stone. And I think that's like an okay concept, but I think it's much worse in Edison format because of all the spot removal between like Raikou, Caius, Raizo, stuff like that. In this format, not only do you have the lovely Effect Veiler to defend you from those spot removal effects, they're also just a lot less common, which means this deck can kind of function and control the game. So you're using your like powerful spellcasters, such as Defender. If you don't know what this card does, this card is like why I think this deck is good. This card is so incredibly obnoxious to play against that like I really don't think most people even like are aware of how actually good this card is. So its effect is, if this card is normal summon, place a spell counter on it, max 1. Once per turn, if a spellcaster monster on the field, so this can apply to multiple, on the field would be destroyed, you can remove 1 spell counter from your field for each of those monsters instead. So this, in conjunction with Pitch Black Power Stone, which gives you 3 counters on it, you can basically either, if like your opponent Dark Holes a board of 3, you can use Defender plus Pitch Black Power Stone to remove all 3 of those counters from the Pitch Black Power Stone and just keep your board alive. Like, you can just negate your opponent's Dark Hole, basically. Same thing applies with if you're torrentialing your own board to deal with something your opponent's doing. It has so much versatility in a, like, addition to the ability to like use these things, like these counters, to like add more to Breaker, add more to Defender. It kind of lets you play really safely. So if your opening play is summoning Defender and then you have Pitch Black Power Stone, on your next turn, you can just freely normal summon whatever you want to do. So summon a Kaiku, summon a Breaker. If your opponent torrentials, if they try to bottomless or whatever, you can just use Defender to protect it. And it's really, really cool. The nice thing about it is all these monsters are also light and dark. So you have like the ability to run Chaos Sork, BLS, and even Dark Arms. So you have a nice little Chaos engine. You use these spies as like spot removal to like pop what your opponent has on the field, as well as make yourself like free rank 4 exceeds. We run Zenmeister because there's a lot of times where after your opponent has tried to make a push and clear through your stuff, you maybe have like a dead defender on board with no Power Stone, and then like a couple spies or something. You can then do things where you like use the spy, use a defender like and another level 4 to make Zenmeister, and then reset a spy and reflip a spy just to like make an extra play. Kind of cool. Just a bunch of different things you can kind of do with this deck. And then the last card we need to talk about is Secret Village of the Spellcasters. So this says, if you control a spellcaster monster, your opponent cannot activate spell cards. If you control no spellcaster monsters, you cannot activate spell cards. So because of cards like Defender and like Spy, it's really easy to kind of stick a spellcaster on the field, at least for a turn. And the impact of basically turning off your opponent's spells with the like of this card feels really, really incredible. Like the nice thing I like about it is you don't really need too many cards that like prevent like destruction of multiple spells and traps. You can literally just like turn 1, activate this card and set like all your back row and just summon a defender, and then your opponent can't heavy you. And so you feel safe under things like heavy and MST that most people run to deal with back row removal. And if your opponent isn't running a deck that's like at least running Veiler, they have no way to play spell cards. So that's really cool in itself. Yeah, there's just a lot of cool perks that this deck can do, and I'm excited to do it. I guess we should also talk about Gale. You run Gale because it's a level 3 tuner, probably the best one in the game that you could run right now in this format, and you can use it in conjunction with like Spy, flip a Spy, get a Descendant, pop a back row or something, normal the Gale, and then you can synchro into Arcanite Magician. So if you don't know Arcanite Magician, it says when it's summoned you get 2 spell counters on it. And it gains 1,000 for each spell counter on it. You can remove 1 spell counter, target a card on the field, destroy it. That's not once per turn. So you can destroy 2 cards on the turn it's summoned, but in conjunction with Pitch Black Power Stone, that's a potential pop 5, which is like kind of nuts. This also just gives you 2 counters if you have Defender on the field. So you can almost like, as long as your opponent doesn't have warning, you can freely synchro into this. And you get extra counters back if they try to Torrential or Bottomless or something like that. It's just kind of cool. So yeah, that was a very long-winded description of this deck, but basically it's just a bunch of really good spellcaster monsters, and I think going against Joe, who's playing also a Chaos Engine and having these Kaikus in the main, is actually going to give us quite an edge. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and hop right into those games. All right, Joe, it's official. Tournament of Tournaments can now consume alcohol. You know, we're on episode 21, playing almost feels like a mirror match. You know, we got like kind of like a Chaos Spellcaster list versus Piper Chaos. Yours definitely generates a bit more advantage, but mine's a bit more defensive, so I'm interested to see how this kind of plays out. What are your thoughts on the decks?
All I know is that this deck made top 4 at Long Beach, YCS Long Beach, so I know it did at one point in time have some success, I guess later on, but I never actually played it.
Yeah. True. Yeah, no, it's a fun deck. I think you'll like it. Let me I gotta go first this time, so I'll pick paper.
Oh, I just picked paper. Okay.
You also pick paper.
All right. You go
I'll
first.
pick scissors.
Okay, scissors. So I have to go paper. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Going first with this deck is actually kind of strong. It's not too terrible. Let's see. I'm going to draw for turn. Interesting. I'm actually going to start with a Defender and activate his effect to put a thing on him. I will then set 2 cards and pass to you.
Standby.
Yep.
Main.
You're good. 1 for 1, that's fine.
Thinking about cost. I guess I'll ditch this card.
Sure.
The Piper.
That is fine.
Effect.
Yep.
So draw and reveal. So I basically do this.
Just mill the top, yeah.
And draw again.
Alright.
Oh no, it's
It's
level
only
one.
you'd
Level
only
one,
draw
level one.
again if
Yep,
it's a level 1. Yeah.
I remember this now. Effect. Oh, I only do. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I can only do this once per
Yeah,
turn.
yeah, I was gonna
What the
say
heck?
you can only do it once per turn.
There's no rank
But
twos
you
yet.
do got the wombo.
I do,
so
but
that's pretty
it doesn't
good.
do anything. I mean, I guess I have gore, so
Yeah.
could be worse. I'm still gonna do this. Effect. Oh no, banish it when this card leaves the field. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
learning.
wanna do
I'm learning.
that.
I was like, I'll just put up a blocker, I guess. But nope, nope. Alright, go.
Alright, well, I will draw. And let's see. I think I'm going to set a monster. It'll let me. And I'll set a card face down. And we'll also shift this guy to defense. And I'll pass to you.
Alright, we'll try this again. Effect.
Sure. That is fine.
Effect.
Yeah. Damn, we got the level.
That we do. Tragodia.
Oh, that is fine. I will bottomless the Tragodia.
Okay, I will end my turn.
Alright. Draw. I'll go stand by main.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip Spy and activate the effect.
Sure.
I will special summon a Descendant.
Yeah.
I will then normal summon a Kaiku.
All of this is good.
I will enter battle phase.
Yep.
And I am going to attack for 18 with the Kaiku.
Alright, I'll attempt to summon Gores.
Gores is fine. Kaiku will banish the Piper.
Yep.
I'll go main phase 2, and I will use Descendant's effect to tribute the Spy to pop the Gores.
I guess.
Baylor the Descendant, sure. It's actually probably worth to chain the book. So this resolves.
Yep.
And then I will set another card, and I'll pass back to you. So we at least turned off the Kinka Piper plan for now. Defender is kind of a pesky card, huh?
Cool card. I played it in Nats once. In spellbooks.
Really?
Yeah.
Spellbooks. Okay, I can respect it. Yeah, I actually realized when testing this deck just how good this card is. He feels really annoying.
So this is Descendant. I mean, I guess I could leave this in defense. Well, you can't really clear it.
True.
Effect.
Effect is fine.
Is that good? I
Yep.
used books. I don't think you have anything. You'd be used right there.
Fair enough.
Effect.
Yep.
Bang.
Ooh,
Combos.
the value.
All the combos. Mm-hmm.
This will flip, and then I have to decide if I want to use Defender to save it or not. I think I will. Yep, the Starlight Road.
Yep.
Alright. Well, now, draw for turn. Ooh! That's a pretty interesting card to draw right now. Question is, do I want to do it? You have a lot of cards in hand. I can just kill the Leviair. Yeah, this, in hindsight, this probably just makes more sense to go for this. There's no more Dark Hole. I'm gonna stand my main, and I'm just gonna overlay these two. And I'll make a Utopia. I will enter battle phase.
Yep.
I'll attack both, swing for 18.
Your Kaiku banishes too.
Yep. And I will banish. Probably get rid of the Veiler as well, just to keep it only darks. And I think I will go main 2, and I'll set another card, and I'll pass to you. Alright. I'll draw for turn. Stand by main phase. Is there anything?
Nope.
Well, I'll enter battle phase.
Sure.
Have my Utopia attack. Is this a chain to
I think
tribute Treeborn? Take the Utopia.
what just attacked Utopia?
Yeah, Utopia attacked.
Actually, pretend you didn't see that. You're just gonna attack with Stardust, I bet.
Yeah.
So it's after you attack with Stardust, you can't chip the main phase too. Oh no, this doesn't. No, I'll take the 25. I'll take the 25.
Okay.
I have to do this to the Kaiku.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll go main phase 2, and I'm gonna activate Duality.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty good card. I will take the Secret Village of the Spellcasters. I'm gonna activate it, and I will pass to you.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's kind of why. I mean, I was curious to see how this matchup would go, because I felt like you could generate a lot of resources, but the fact that this deck just has Kaiku and Veilers
Kaiku is
like kind of nuts. Yeah, this card feels incredible. But I mean, we'll see what the sideboard does to it. I'm curious about how this is all gonna go. But yeah, I mean, this kind of shows Spellcasters, they can do stuff. This is actually an Edison list, or based on one. So let's see. Game 2. Interesting. Draw. Go. Stand by main. I'm gonna activate Duality.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna take this Starlight Road. And then I'm gonna summon a really obnoxious card, and I have no idea how you out this, so you know, good luck. I'm gonna attack with the Tengu. I go main 2. I'm gonna set 3 cards. And I'll pass back to you. Oh, that's how you out it. Except I do have the bottomless, so hopefully that's enough. Damn! Alright, fine.
Effect.
Effect to bring back the globe. Yeah, that's fine. Going for a formula play.
Yeah. My hand is horrific.
Nice.
Draw.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Draw. I am going to normal summon Thunder King.
Yep.
Enter battle phase and attack formula. And I will pass back to you.
Alright, go ahead.
I'll draw for turn. I'll enter battle phase and attack for 19. Vader. Interesting. That's scary. I think I'll go main phase 2 and I'll set a card. And yeah, I'll pass. I smell a Caius in my future, you know? Oh, it's vanities. I have to torrential here.
Sure. Good.
Torrential. Alright. Draw. Alright, well, I'm gonna duality.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's a pretty tempting offer, that Kaiku there. Only scary thing is if you have Gores. You have a light and a dark. Actually, there's hella good stuff to banish off this Kaiku. Yeah, we'll take it. Alright. I'm gonna normal summon the Kaiku. Now I'm gonna swing in. That's upsetting. I'm gonna activate Secret Village of the Spellcasters, and I'm gonna pass. Ooh, I might get punished.
Effect.
Sure. Alright, so not a Caius. Avarice. Is that live? That is live. Except you need a Spellcaster to use it. Alright, I'll draw for turn. This is annoying. Oh, set, and enter battle phase and attack. I'll pass back to you.
Effect.
Effect is fine. Sure. I'll take the 700.
Lovely.
Dang. Yeah, that's pretty good.
2, 3. Guess I'd still rather have Glow Bulb. Alright, go ahead.
And I'll draw. That's unfortunate.
Yep.
Effect.
Yep.
I I will special summon. Yeah. I guess I'll do Descendant. Ugh. I have to decide if I want to risk getting Veilered and absolutely blown out.
Or crash with
if I just
Utopia.
want to crash. Yeah. Ugh. Although I feel like maybe it was inherently better to. Well, no, maybe it's probably not better to Veiler the Spy. Yes, we'll risk it for the biscuit.
It's good.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna go. I guess we're still in main phase. Really. Yeah. Let's set another card and I'll pass.
I'll use Glow Up Bulb.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Could have been worse. Normal.
Mm-hmm. Make an armory arm.
Bull or a Singing
Sure.
effect.
Yeah. That's really good.
Attack.
I'll take the 300.
Go ahead.
Draw. Well, it is what it is. I'll set a card I have to pass.
Attempt to activate effect on Piper.
Yeah, that's fine.
Piper effect.
Yep. That damn gore. I'll take 400 and 1800.
Go ahead.
Drop. Okay. This is something. We'll go standby main. I will normal summon Breaker.
Sure.
And get a thing.
Yep.
I will then use duality.
Sure.
Oh. These are all pretty good. Thunder King might just be the best card. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, I'll use Breaker's effect, pop the back row. I will then activate Pitch Black Power Stone. Oops. And I'll get 3 counters on it, and I'll move 1 back to Breaker. I'll enter battle phase, and I will attack the thing. After warning this. And I will pass you. Not feeling good about this one.
No,
Yeah.
I have enough.
Figured that one might be good. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. All right, it happens. It'd be like that, but my deck is much better going first. That's the rule. So we'll give it a shot.
Many decks much better going first.
All right.
My deck after siding is so weird.
Yeah, it does feel weird to side with the deck in general. Oh my god. All right. Well, stand my main. I'm gonna start out by normal summoning Defender, getting a little token. And then I'm gonna activate Secret Village of the Spellcasters and set a card. And I will pass to you.
Effect.
Effect is fine. Interesting. I will bottomless.
Go.
Drop. Not bad. I will normal summon Kaiku. I'm going to change defender to defense. I'll set a card and I'm going to pass.
Effect.
Effect is fine. Nice.
All right, good.
Draw. All right. I am going to enter battle phase and attack for 18.
Yep. You're good.
I'll use Kaiku's effect. I'll banish both of these guys. I go main 2. I'll set a card and I'll pass back to you.
Yeah, you got it.
No way. What was in your hand? You got tree board. Tree board. Oh my god. Reborn. Econ.
Just no cards that do anything.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like I just like set
there's
Sangan.
the-
Like this is definitely. Is this warning? And he probably would have put this to attack mode if this is warning, but okay, so it is warning. Yeah.
This is. It is
And spy.
Yeah.
Like going back and like Valor the spy. It just.
Yeah. The only thing I could think is like you can use spells when you have the econ or when you have Valor, so you could have normaled Valor to
Born
reborn
tour
like,
guide.
tour guide or something, make an armory arm. But yeah, no, it's kind of a huge tempo swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's actually feels pretty impossible. But God, I mean that's like the extent that's like. That's why I actually think the Spellcaster deck is not bad in this format. Because like this originally came up as an Edison deck, but I actually think it's like really bad in Edison. But in this format, it's like pretty good because since there's only like the one clear back row spell, and like you can just activate Secret Village and set a bunch of cards. And like especially with Defender, it makes it so hard to clear because you're always going to be able to defend, and then if you manage to get Pitch Black, Power Stone, and Defender, it's like really hard to clear. Like you just have so much time to do things, and by the time you go through all these little guys, which like I mean Kaiku and Spy and like even Breaker, they all have really good effects. By the time you clear through them, then like that's when the Chaos Orcs or the Dark Arms come out, and it's kind of sick. I'm actually a big fan of it. I think this deck is low key good.
I sided out MST going second just because of Secret Village. I kept it in going first because I can chain MST to Secret Village, but
Yeah.
I tried to cut down on the spells this game, but I didn't really have enough good monsters to put in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like
Well, I mean, then you at least have Piper. Like, at least, like, Kinka into Piper allows you to use a spell in that interval, and then you can use Piper's effect.
yeah, that's true.
That's, like, the only thing that, like, that I was concerned about with Secret Village is like, this turns things off, but, like, I was thinking, like, even turn 1 after I set the bottomless and activated Secret Village with a Spellcaster, I was like, you just normal summon Piper, Heavy Storm, and then activate Piper's effect. And I get really blown out by this. So that is the risk you run, I guess. With like I guess in this matchup, that was like the one thing I was concerned about. I debated on almost like taking some of these Secret Villages out, but I just feel like they're so good when they're live against your deck because it's only monster spells. So I'm turning off half of your deck, or I mean a little under half your deck, but still.
Yeah, that's fair.
But damn, I would say this would be considered another relative upset. I think Hyper Chaos is a lot more meta relevant in this format.
Yeah.
But I do think this matchup might have been just hard because Kaiku's just a really good
It's
card.
like multiple
your main deck and a
things
side deck guy.
are like conversing all at
Yeah.
once, where I can't put monsters in the graveyard because of Kaiku, and then I can't summon chaos monsters because of Kaiku. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I don't know, all the power plays with spells can get shut off, so it's like you put Kaiku in Secret Village, and it's like, all right, well, I have to hope this Tor guy goes through. Like that turn 1 warning is bottomless. I
Yeah.
was like, all right, this is not going to work out.
Yeah, that's why this deck runs those like
Yeah.
maxes out on bottomless torrential warning, because like you can like you just have to stop the summon, and once you get that like lead, you kind of just run with it. Like you can even, the nice thing about this is with like pitch black power stone, defender says counters, so you
Mm.
can remove like multiple counters for each monster like being destroyed. So like you can even torrential your own board of
Oh,
3
yeah.
and remove all 3 from like pitch black power stone, and you don't lose anything. And it's kind of sick. Like it's really cool to like be able to do that.
Yeah, the problem with
So yeah,
my deck is Torguide is literally the only thing that does anything. Everything else is
yeah,
just just playing with my food, basically. Like I summon Mystic Piper, I get a draw, and then it dies, and you just attack me directly. It's just like playing with my food. Like nothing actually ever accomplishes anything with this deck.
yeah.
Like I don't know how this deck
It's
ever
like,
won, ever, especially at Long Beach. Like how the heck this deck
Yeah.
competed with wind-ups and all of those, I will just never understand, because this deck literally doesn't do anything.
I think the main reason why it was like really relevant in that format was because of its ability to just funnel hand traps, like getting Veilers and getting like Max C's like off of Piper, and like you can just kind of stall forever. Like I mean, I think this deck is maxed out on Caius, right? Like you have 3 copies of Caius, or is it 2?
Looks like 2, but yeah, that's like the only thing this deck can do is hope that you get to Fader into Caius.
Yeah, it's Fader into Caius. That's also why Treeborn's in there, so you can do the cheeky like Econ standby phase plays. Opens up a lot. And then even like Chaos Sork plus Veiler is like really powerful too, because you can banish a card, then go into what's his name, Arcanite Magician. Which like Arcanite's also insane in this deck because it says remove counters from anywhere. So this with Pitch Black Power Stone is a pop 5, which is like kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know how relevant it is, because I feel like if this is already resolving and your opponent has 5 useless cards, that's impressive in itself. But still, it is kind of cool to be able to like do that, and you can actually increase the attack of Arcanite Magician by just moving the counters on from the stone onto it. So you can like increase it by, it goes up by 1,000 for each counter, and there's no cap. So that's also kind of cool. But yeah, weird little synergies with this deck. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. It is hard. Like when your normal summon is usually Piper or Kinka to like, I guess, get something done. It's just this deck's like, I think we saw it in game 2. Your deck's ability to just like, if you get that advantage going and you start snowballing that advantage, then you just have too many cards, and you can kind of just like hard out grind your opponent, which I think is cool. But I think because this deck exactly ran Kaiku, it caused more problems for you in the matchup. This goes to show people at home, if you want to side against Chaos decks, just side Kaiku. This card is nuts.
That's an evergreen statement for all of eternity.
Yeah, true. Literally every format, just run this card and it destroys Chaos. It's so cool. But yeah, I think that probably wraps it up. Is there anything you'd want to change about the deck? Like if you could change it, Joe?
This has never been my favorite kind of deck. Like the Battle Fade or Tragodia decks are just not my...
Yeah.
I'd rather play Rail Traps, but that means it's a whole different deck. So I don't know.
Exactly.
Play a different deck would be my advice, but
Okay, that's fair.
yeah.
Yeah, it is a tough deck to build. I think with the right build, it can be pretty good. The ceiling's just really high, but it also does have those like the issues you're talking about, where like you only have the one normal summon, and so you're kind of hoping that like you can use Fader to make a better play. But if it gets interrupted, you kind of just feel bad. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Tournament of Tournaments. As a reminder, we release new episodes of this series every single week. I'm sorry we missed last week, but, you know, the night we were going to record, we got hit with the dueling book shutdown, so we were unable to put it together. But happy we could bring it back for this week, you know, hoping to keep the trend going. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys watching the series. Make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you have a great time dueling today.